So it is Sunday, December 31st, 11 o'clock p.m. and we're officially 1 hour away from the new year, the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024. So I really quickly wanted to sit down here and record my last video for, oh, they're doing fireworks outside. Record my last video for 2023, which has been a pretty good year. I've been thinking about it today, reflecting on the year, and I can't think of many things that were like stand out to me in a bad way. I can think of things that were good and things that were just fine. I think that I was really lucky this year. I think that I got to experience a lot, and I think that I kind of grew a little bit and learned some things about myself, and I'm really looking forward to continuing that and exploring more in 2024. Even this, sitting down in front of the camera right now, is a really big thing. I love my silly little videos and my silly little pictures. I love to live my life and I love to document it, to look back on. Recording the videos for me is fun. Editing them, although challenging, is fun. But there's nothing like that finished product that I get to watch back. Oh my gosh, I don't want to cry. I just feel like, oh, it's just because it's the end of the year, it's making me even more emotional. When I look back on the videos of, you know, me, Grandma Naomi in California, or Grab a Date with Natalie, or Spring Formal with my big, it's just, those are priceless memories. And I'm really glad that I have them in a video form that I get to go back and look at. It was a really busy, packed year for me. A lot of school. School drove me crazy at times. Wait, I want to see if I can see them. I can see them. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry, I got distracted by the fireworks, but honestly it was a good distraction because it reminded me my computer was on right next to me and I was making so much noise, so I hope that it doesn't pick up the sound in the previous video. But anyways, as I was talking about with school, you know, I finished my junior year and went into my senior year. That was a lot of work, a lot of stress, and it's crazy to know that in a few months I will graduate college with my bachelor's in elementary education. So that is one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to in 2024. I think a big difference between this year and 2024 is that I knew going into this year that I had certain things planned, like vacations, trips, etc., concerts, and this year I have 2 concerts I'm looking forward to, which is Mitski with Desiree and Naomi, and then the Eras tour with Wednesday and Tati and Nick, and then graduation, and then that's about it. I have these 3 things. Going into this year, I knew I had Spring Formal, I had Grab a Date, I had Taylor, I had the cruise, I had California, like there was so much. So that's a really big difference. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to fill my time this upcoming year. In all of those things that I mentioned, I had wonderful experiences. I mean, I love going to concerts. I went to, let's see if I can do them in order. First was Taylor Swift, the Eras tour, and then I did Noah Kahan, and then Aiden Bissett, and then lastly Steven Sanchez. Is that it? Yeah, those were my 4 concerts for this year. And then for trips, I did Grab a Date, which was to Universal, that's in Orlando for the day, and then we did the cruise trip, which was very eye-opening. It was my first time leaving the country. It was my first time going on a cruise. I lived on the cruise in a way that I do not live here. I have a lot of anxiety and on the cruise because I knew I was like, I'm never going to see these people again. I was just a little bit more carefree, and I tried not to let my anxieties take a hold of me and like what I did, how I interacted with people. And for that reason, I think the cruise will always be one of my favorite trips. Then we had our almost 3-week trip in California, which was fantastic. Naomi and my grandma are my favorite people to travel with, and Willa, but she did not come with us on this trip. I think that our little travel group works in a very unique way. Exploring California with them, those were priceless memories, and I'm still editing those videos even now, like, oh my god, how many months later? but I literally could not. I mean, there was no time this past semester. All of my time was just like school and work and like mental breakdowns, and then the few little like treats that I sprinkled in for myself throughout the semester so that I wouldn't actually lose my mind, like my birthday trip to North Carolina where I visited one of my best friends, Shelby. I did finish uploading those videos. It was only 2, but I had a lot of fun with her. It was great. I got to see a family member that lives in North Carolina as well, and my little godson who's adorable and precious. The places that Shelby took me to were so cool, and I'm really grateful for her and being able to stay in her house and visit her and the time that I spent there. And then I had my Tallahassee trip, so that one was another special one. My best friend is an FSU student. She does not live on campus anymore, but she did. And when she was living on campus, we would always talk about, oh my goodness, I have to make a trip so that I can stay with you in your dorm or your apartment. And we never did quite get to do it before she decided that she wanted to be an online student, but it was really, really special for us to both be in Tallahassee together like we had always talked about. And her showing me around campus, us going to go see Noah Kahan. She even took me to an FSU football game. Those are very special memories for me as well. And then later that same month in October, I went to Georgia and I stayed with my other family members, my cousins Matt, Ronnie, and Logan, and that was really great. I was only there for 2 days. It was crazy. I flew in Saturday, I flew out Sunday. But I went to a concert, I went to see Aiden Bissett, I had the VIP ticket, so I got to do sound check. I ended up getting one of the set lists, and I got it signed by him, so Aiden, the singer, the guitarist or bassist, and the drummer. So I got all of their signatures, which is so cool. I got a vinyl while I was there, and most importantly, I got to spend time with my adorable little cousin and brother from another set of parents, Logan. I also got to experience fall for the very first time in my life. I downloaded Pokemon Go because Logan wanted me to, which quickly took over my life for the next month until it couldn't because of finals. But he really did get me far down into a Pokemon Go rabbit hole. Then we had Thanksgiving. Logan came down, and so did Matt and Ronnie, so that was really great. In November we had Willa's birthday, her 90th birthday, so that was a really big deal, and we did a whole little party here. It was great. The same family member from North Carolina was able to come down, bring my godson, so I was pretty fulfilled in seeing family and friends this year, and also in the experiences that I was able to have. I feel really, really lucky. When I look back on this year, I remember so much more good than bad, and I think this is one of the first years that I can say that in a really long time. I am cautiously optimistic, looking forward to 2024. On principle, I love even numbers, so I'm like excited to be back in an even number year. But that's just my funny little, weird thing that I have. Naomi's the same way. We just both like even numbers more than odd numbers, except for 5, because I love 5 and multiples of 5. But anyways, that's getting off topic. I have a whole bunch of videos that I want to make in 2024. Most of them are book related. I need to talk to people about books. I swear, Natalie and Shelby being my best friends is great because they also love reading, but we're all so busy that I swear we never get to talk about books. And I need to get some book thoughts off my mind. I guess this is me saying goodbye to 2023. It was pretty good to me. Like I said, when I look back, the majority of the bad stuff is just stress about school. I made new friends, I had wonderful experiences, I went to new places, I experienced new things, tried new foods, which is a big one for me because I am very much like a stick to what I know in terms of food. I'm really grateful and thankful and blessed for the good, and I mean the bad, it wasn't great, and I'm not going to pretend like it was, you know, but I did learn some things. If you're one of my friends slash family members slash, I doubt my acquaintances would ever see this, but there are a few acquaintances that I made this year that really did make, like, when I look back at some of the best, kindest moments I had this year, they're like acquaintances, like people that I saw once and never saw again, and just like that's it. And I think mostly about the people I met on the cruise when I think of my best moments, because like I said, the cruise was one of the best weeks of this whole entire year, and I met really nice people and I had really great times on that cruise. And then there's a couple other moments, specifically here, so I don't want to get into details, but like college specific, sorority specific, There was a couple moments that I went home smiling and I was like, that really just happened. I don't know what else to say. It's so weird. Like, I'm excited to go into the new year, but I'm also a little afraid because this year was a good year, and I'm afraid maybe next year won't be as good. But then it's the whole even number thing, so I want to be in an even number year. I guess it's interesting that there's a whole concept of just like the day changes like from one day to the next, and it's like such a big deal, which is funny in its own way. I know that I thanked my friends and family, but future me, looking back on this, because I know you will, I love you very much, and I hope that you're kind to yourself in the new year. Alright, so this is me for the last time in 2023, signing off, and ready to welcome everything, hopefully good, that 2024 has to offer.